Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're not just looking at code. We're equipping you with a powerful new skill tree for all of your development adventures.
So let's be honest for a second. We've all been there, right? AI coding assistants are incredible, but sometimes their output feels, well, totally random. It's like you asked for a simple cantrip, and instead you get a wild magic spell going off, a little more chaos than Companion.
Well, it's time to take the lead. This right here is your quest map. We're going to introduce you to a tool called SDD-MCP, and it's designed to turn all that chaos into a clear, strategic game plan, letting you guide your AI partner to build amazing, reliable software every single time. Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our quest log for today. We're going to define our coding quest, pick a starting path, unlock our skill tree, head out on our first real workflow quest, and then, of course, level up our development game. So first up, what exactly is this quest we're on? We're talking about something called Spec-Driven Development, or SDD for short. Think of it as a structured workflow for your AI agents, all run by a central command program known as the MCP server. Now, what this really means is that SDD gives you a predictable phase-by-phase process to follow. So instead of just getting random code snippets, you get this repeatable path from initialization all the way to implementation. It's all about ensuring quality and consistency from your AI partner. Every great adventure has to start somewhere, usually with a choice. So here's how you can kick off your own journey with SDMCP, and you can pick the path that best fits your playstyle. You've basically got four main paths to get started. For most of us, I'd say the NPX path is the way to go. It's the quickest start, no installation needed. But hey, if you're a dedicated adventurer who's going to use this a lot, or maybe a contributor who wants to mod the tool, or even a security-focused strategist who loves containers, there are options for you too. The choice is yours. All right, now for the really cool part, the magic system. SDDM uses what's called a hybrid architecture, and really, understanding this is the key to unlocking its full power and its incredible efficiency. So what's really interesting here is how it splits up the work. On one side, you have MCP tools. You can think of these as your character's basic attack or use item commands. Very direct, very action-oriented. But on the other side, you've got agent skills. And these are more like your powerful, context-specific spells and abilities. They provide the complex, creative guidance your AI needs. And these 6 component types? This is your skill tree. You've got on-demand skills for quick actions, project-specific steering to guide the overall direction, always-on rules for consistent quality, task-specific contexts for focused work, specialized agent personas for expert advice, and automated hooks to trigger actions. It's pretty much a complete magic system for AI development. And this is just a brilliant illustration of how they all work together. When you make a request, it flows through these layers. It starts with any automatic hooks and the universal rules. Then it gets refined by the current context and any specialized agents, and it's finally shaped by the specific skill you decided to use. It's a super powerful system that makes sure the AI's response is perfectly tailored. Okay, enough theory, let's head out on our first quest and see this skill tree in action. We're going to walk through the standard spec-driven development workflow, one step at a time. So, every quest begins with some setup. First, you initialize the project. This makes sure your idea is clear from the get-go. Then, you use a skill to generate what are called EARS formatted requirements, which is just a fancy way of saying clear, unambiguous project needs. And finally, you create the architectural design. Once you've got the plan, it's time to move into development. You plan your tasks with a test-driven development focus, which basically means you write your tests before you write the code to pass them. Then, you implement the code, generate a nice clean commit message, and of course, you can monitor your progress at any time. So, after all that, what are the rewards for completing the quest? Well, the benefits go way beyond just clean code. This is where you really get to level up. You see, before this new architecture, the system had to load all of its guidance information all the time for every single command. And as you can probably imagine, this was incredibly inefficient, not to mention costly in terms of tokens. But with this new agent skills architecture, you see a massive reduction in token usage. We're talking around 55%. And that's because guidance is loaded dynamically only when a specific skill is actually used. That is a huge efficiency boost. So let's check out the loot you've earned. First, you get a structured workflow, which means no more guessing games, just a clear path from A to B.
You get that powerful skill tree for precise control over your AI. You get a test-driven approach, which means higher quality code from the very start, and maybe the best one of all, massive token savings, making your AI development faster and cheaper.
So now you have the map and you've unlocked the skill tree. It's time to assemble your party and start your own adventure. Thanks for watching.